Tammy, put the bed down. I said put the bed down. Honey, I got to get some tools so I can fix the bed. I'm trying to fix the bed in one of our rooms. My daughter thinks I'm just trying to intentionally make her mad. I would never try and do anything to make my sweet daughter mad. Honey, put the bed down. I'll be right there.
What did you say, Dad?
I said put the bed down. Oh, hold the bed up. It has been pure chaos outside everywhere. You see, Caesar has issued a decree that everyone in the land should be counted. Everyone has to go back to their hometowns to register. And Bethlehem is packed with people. I'll tell you, the vendors are out there selling like crazy. It's pure chaos, but the economy has never been better. It would take a complete miracle. I couldn't even begin to describe what it would take to top what I've seen the last couple of weeks.
Excuse me, can you describe your room for me?
Oh, I thought I turned the lights off. We don't have a vacancy.
Oh, well, I could have sworn the sign was pointing over your inn, but maybe it's over your barn. You wouldn't put anybody in your barn now, would you?
No, of course not. I would never put anybody in a barn.
Well, where can I stay?
Well, let's see. There's a motel 1, 2, 3, 6 motels down.
Oh yeah, Motel 6. Looks like they have their lights on for me.
Yep, sure does.
Well, thank you, and Merry Census.
What?
Merry Census. I mean, it's gotta be the biggest time of the year economically. I've even trademarked the phrase, Merry Census.
Well, Merry Census.
You owe me $1. Thanks.
Forgive me for being so rude. My name is Stuart, and I own this inn. Though my 2 daughters, Tammy and Peggy, would probably tell you differently. They would tell you that I only work here part-time, half-heartedly even at that. Tammy, sweetheart, I said put the bed down. I said put the bed down. No, I didn't say shed a few pounds. I said, oh, never mind, just hold it up. This evening is upon us, and I've already turned people away, at least a half a dozen, if not more. There's this one gentleman and his wife, a newborn baby in her arms. John, I think they said his name was. I visited with them for a while, and they said that they hoped their son would do something besides haul fish all day. I asked them what they had in mind, and they said they wanted them to write books. I began to inquire what kind of books they wanted their son to write, and began to go into great detail describing books about the meaning of life. Now, I'm a simple man who's never attempted to ask that question. I told them it would probably take a divine revelation to show their son, John, the meaning of life, and the father said, that's what I'm hoping for. Then there was this couple that came last night. They've made a lasting impression on me. The 2 looked very tired. I was on the front porch with my 2 daughters when they came up, and she was on a donkey, and they'd been walking all night. And they said, sir, we're very tired. Could you please find us a place to sleep? And I told them, like I've told everybody else since we filled up, I don't have no room. She said, but you don't understand. My husband has been traveling on foot all this way. It's been 85 miles. We are extremely tired. Don't you have anything? I want you to understand that I'm a businessman, first of all, so don't think I'm rude when I tell you that I was getting ready to tell them the second time I do not have any room in my inn. Just then my daughter did this thing where she jabbed me in the ribs with her finger. And that was when I noticed something that I had missed up to that point, and that is the young lady was very pregnant. I knew I had 2 options at that point, either find them a place to sleep or I was going to have to find myself a place to sleep. I started to think of where I could put them, and there was only one place that came to my mind. It's not a place to put people. It's the barn. My mother would roll over in a grave if she knew I was thinking of sending someone there. It's no place for 2 people. I mean, there's hay and manure, and it just stinks, but it's all I had. So I said to them, you can have the barn if you wish. They both smiled at me and said, thank you. And they started to walk off. The gentleman turned around and said, God bless you. And he leaned over and put his hand on her tummy and said, because he's about to bless us. I tell you, there was something different about them. If only you could have seen the way that he treated her, the way that they treated each other. I tried to think of a word to describe what I saw. But the only word that seems to run through my mind is kind of a quirky word. We don't hear the word very much anymore, but it's the word holy. There's nothing else that can describe what I saw that night. They were just different. Speaking of different, my daughters...
Dad, we need some help in here.
Tammy, are you still holding that bed up? Why don't you just put it down?
Hurry.
I said... Holy. To think I was almost too busy to catch this. Holy. I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
Peggy, come here and look at that star. Wow, it's so beautiful and bright.
Girls, where you at? It's time to go inside and go to bed. I mean, with all the people that we put down tonight, it's about time that we do the same thing.
Look at that star.
Yeah, it's a star. What about it?
It's so huge, so bright. I've never seen anything like it.
A star is a star is a star, girl. Come on inside. Oh, you guys aren't going to budge, are you? Well, here, at least drink the coffee I made for you.
No, coffee will keep us up.
Not this coffee, it's decaf. Drink up.
But it tastes like regular. Are you sure it's decaf?
Oh, quite certain. That's the secret of Pharaoh's naturally brewed decaf. It tastes like regular, but it's not.
Good cup of coffee. That star. We've been mesmerized by it. I wonder if it's guiding some weary traveler tonight.
Can you imagine what it'd be like, lost in the middle of nowhere, and your only guide is a star?
It would take a very wise man to answer that question.
Good bagel. Where'd you get it?
Like it, do you? I got a whole slew of them down at Old Man Moses' Deli. Eat up.
Is this butter on it?
No, it's butter substitute. It has half the fat of regular margarine or butter.
Are you sure it's not butter?
It's not butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I tell you, girls, we're probably the only 3 people in the town of Bethlehem that are still up tonight. Everybody else is asleep. After the day we've had, I don't know what we're doing still up. We're up and those shepherds are up. Why don't you go tell those shepherds to get out of our barn? Why do they keep going in there?
Maybe they know the couple inside.
Oh yes, the couple. What were their names?
Mary and...
Oh, Joe, I think. Girls, take one more look at that star and then let's turn in. Let's go.
The star. What do you think it means?
Who that's special? I don't know.
Dad, I'm serious. Do you think it's a God thing?
A what?
Well, we just thought that maybe...
What my sister is trying to say is maybe God has a purpose for that star.
Girls, where do you get this kind of stuff? You're getting all loopy on me again. I mean, we've been down this road so many times. It's just a star. Let's go inside.
Dad, it could happen.
Enough already.
Dad, give it a chance.
I said enough!
Our dad, Stuart, or as other people know him, the innkeeper. He's a nice man, a good dad.
He's been there for us since our mother passed away.
We both feel that he's too busy and he misses the blessings of life. Tammy and I believe, as our mother did, that miracles happen all around us every day.
We feel like there are some things it's okay to talk to Dad about, and other things, like God stuff, that he'll just hear nothing about. Maybe it's because he feels cheated about Mom dying.
It's funny how pain can make one person closer to God and others further away. We have this joy for God in our hearts that we like to share with him, if he'd only let us.
My 2 daughters, Tammy and Peggy, they're marvelous young ladies. No doubt about it. But sometimes I feel they get a little carried away with what Tammy and Peggy call God things. They try to correlate everything in their lives somehow around God. I mean, take that star, for instance. They want to parallel that star somehow with God. It's just absurd. But then at other times I look at Tammy and Peggy and I look at the peace and the joy that they have. And I want some of that as well. I always find myself shying away from it because I feel like I wouldn't be good enough to understand the joy that they have in God. I would like to know the faith that they have, but I get too fearful. Their mother was full of faith of God. Maybe I'm just bitter because I feel like God dealt me a low blow in life. I would just wish sometimes that God would just reveal himself to me. I wish he would reveal himself to me in the flesh. God in the flesh. That would be a miracle now, wouldn't it? My daughters, Tammy and Peggy, they see miracles every day. I guess I just keep looking for one. I guess I desire intimacy.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything. What did you say?
I thought you...
I thought I heard you say something about Macy's or something.
Well, Macy's is having a winter sale.
Well, it doesn't matter. Go tell those shepherds to get out of the barn. The couple in there needs their sleep. Tell them they have to pay rent just like everybody else does.
Oh, all right. Don't get in such a huff.
We'll be right back.
You know, maybe the girls are right. Maybe that star does mean something. Could it be? No, now, Stuart, get a hold of yourself. Quit thinking such foolishness. But what if? What if that star really was a God thing? Tammy, Peggy, come on.
Dad, come quick. It's happening. It's happening.
What is?
The girl, it's happening now.
What girl?
Mary.
Tell me.
She's having a baby. This time it's for real. Come on.
Oh, this is going to be a very long night.
Oh, what a night.
Yes, it has been quite an evening.
What are you doing?
I'm just watching that star before it fades away. How's the baby doing?
Great, just washing him up now.
How's Mary?
She's fine, and Joe, he's sleeping.
Yes. That's good.
They named the baby Jesus.
A very good name.
What are you doing?
Girls, look up there. What do you see?
Have you ever noticed you always answer our questions with another question?
I do? You know, Tammy, I think the world is starving. Starving for hope, starving for peace, starving for love. What about you?
I already ate. See, you did it again.
Did what?
You answered my question with another question.
I did? Where was I?
Everyone was starving.
Ah, yes, of course. I don't know if you know this about me or not, but I'm starting to take this pain and suffering thing very, very seriously.
I bet you are.
That's why I was sitting here and thinking.
Imagine, sitting and thinking.
And then it finally hit me.
Hope you didn't get a bruise.
Who in this world is the one beacon of hope, of peace, of joy, and of love still left in this world?
George W.
No, girls, be serious.
I don't know.
You're lame, Dad.
I'm gonna go.
You know, I think it may be God. I think God is trying to tell us something through that star. I just don't know what. I just can't seem to put my finger on it. I just can't seem to place it.
Is this the place?
The place.
Yes, the place. The place! Come on, I haven't got time to waste.
Okay. Don't be in such a haste. What's in the case?
The case?
The case.
I guess this is the place.
Your name?
Reuben King.
King Stewart.
You can call me Rube.
You call me Stu.
Here's my card. I deal with impossibilities.
Impossibilities?
That's my job.
All right. What's in the case?
A barrage.
A barrage of what?
Of bulk.
What kind of bulk?
Expensive bulk.
For whom?
For the baby.
The baby.
The baby in the barn.
The baby in the barn. How did you know about the baby in the barn?
I followed the star.
You followed the star.
I followed the star to the baby in the barn in Bethlehem.
You followed the star to the baby in the barn in Bethlehem. The star, the baby. Impossible.
That's my job.
Go.
Okay, who did the drummer boy?
All right, the little drummer boy.
Little drummer boy, what's he for?
He's going to bang on his drums for the baby in the barn in Bethlehem.
He's going to bang on his drums for the baby in the barn in Bethlehem. Beautiful. What ballad?
Pum pum pum.
Rum-pum-pum-pum.
Rup-a-pum-pum.
Hey, catchy.
Okay, Rue, no more berating around. What's your beef?
All right, Stu. Can I bounce a secret off you?
As he leaned closer to me, I could only think of one thing. Tic Tac?
Tasty and only 1.5 calories per minute.
Bingo.
I won't lie to you. I'm going to be straight with you. I'm going to be frank. I'm going to be candid. I'm going to be curt. I'm going to be Captain Kirk. I'm not going to pull the wool over your eyes. I'm just going to lay all my cards on the table.
Get on with it, Rue.
All right, Stu. The baby in the barn?
What about the baby in the barn?
The baby in the barn is the Son of God.
The Son of God?
Yes, the Son of God.
Impossible.
That's my job.
Dad! Dad! Dad!
Girls, what are you doing? The baby should be asleep.
We had to get out of there. The noise was just too much.
The noise? What noise?
Well, there was this boy, and I assume he meant well, but he just kept banging his drums and playing the same thing over and over and over again. Parumpa-pum-pum, parumpa-pum-pum, parumpa-pum-pum. It was driving me crazy. I had to get out of there.
So this is the Son of God. So magnificent.
You can touch him, Dad. This is what you wanted, right? God in the flesh?
Mary, I have to ask you a question. How did this happen?
I said yes, and God made the impossible possible.
May I hold him? Look at you. You are quite a sight. So human and yet so divine. To think I almost put the Messiah out in the cold. Never again, never again. You truly are remarkable. I guess this is what intimacy is all about.
Well, I guess it's time for the banquet.
The banquet?
The banquet for the baby in the barn.
Right.
Stu, if two of my companions come looking for me, I'm in the barn.
In the barn. Wait, Mr. King. I must tell you that you're a very wise man.
Wise man. I like that.
Well, Merry Census.
What?
Merry Census. I mean, it's the biggest time of the year. So Merry Census.
You owe me $1.
How about Mary had a Christ child after following the star all night day? I gotta shorten that.
Girls, what an evening we've had. Did you see the baby? To think we had Jesus, the Messiah, in our barn. Rub my shoulders. Can you imagine what King Herod is going to do when he hears about this? Much less the whole town of Bethlehem. What is going to happen when word of this leaks out?
Extra, extra, read all about it. Baby born in Bethlehem, king of the cradle, born in a barn. Elvis Presley finds aliens.
See, girls, it's starting to happen already. What if they don't believe him? What if they don't follow him?
Dad, if he can work through you, he can work through anybody.
Besides, Dad, it's a...
I know, a God thing. I'm sorry about all that. I will do better, I promise.
This moment is so
Holy.
Yes, holy.
It's kind of a weird word, though.
No, I think I'm finally starting to understand it.
You know, this kind of feels like it used to, when Mom was still here.
I was just thinking the same thing. You know, she was always the one trying to teach us about this amazing God.
I guess I was the one taught tonight, huh? You're both a lot like your mom. I'm proud of you, proud of her.
Come on, Peggy, we have to go. We have a lot of mouths to feed.
Girls, I love you both.
Oh, Dad, people are watching us. Gross.
Bethlehem will be waking up soon, and people will want food in their bellies, and everybody will be rushing to register for the census. Everyone everywhere will be in their own little world, and what they won't realize is that a Savior was born last night. Yes, indeed, what a night. What a holy night. What a silent night. Everything seems so calm, so bright. Silent night. Yes, child, sleep while you can, because your work is about to begin. Silent night, holy night. Well, Merry Census. I really must go. No, let's not make it about that. Merry Christmas.